We're back, people, and today we're bringing up film on Mitchell Agude, Miami Dolphins, undrafted free agent, edge guy. Big fan of his game, actually. I think he was severely misused he started out as a junior college guy, went to UCLA, then went to Miami, and I just feel like a main reason he really went undrafted was how he was used. He's used more as like a hand in the dirt type of guy. Sometimes would even align a defensive tackle or like mugging the A gap as a linebacker. But if he could play like a true 3-4 outside linebacker guy, or like be in wider techniques where he can truly get his pass rush going, I think he has the athleticism for it. He plays with a super high motor. He has great length as well. And it's just something that I think he was misused in pretty much every area. Just didn't get the opportunity to play his exact position where I think he could thrive. And I think coming to the Miami Dolphins, he's going to get the chance to do that. And he's been a standout at like the OTAs, the mini camps. For the undrafted guys, he's definitely the guy I've heard the name of the most for standing out. And he also has a pretty remarkable story, like surviving a traumatic brain injury at 9 years old. So he has a great story. I recommend looking all that up if you want to see all the details. But I'm definitely rooting for him. Can add to his frame as well. He has like the nice frame, I think, like 6'4", 240 something, and I think he can add to it, add strength, so he can be more of, a guy that can stop the run as an edge rusher. And yeah, I think he becomes a better player at the next level for sure, and I think he has a better chance to make the team than most guys just with how he's performed early on. Okay, so when he was at UCLA, he actually had like a pretty high pass rush win rate, like compared to the rest of the edge defenders in college football at the time, and this is in 2021. So like I actually really liked his rushing film better at UCLA. He had more chances to be a stand-up guy. Like right here, this was probably the best pass rush rep I saw in like all the games that I watched, and it was him standing up, actually having a plan as a pass rusher. Sometimes he doesn't have a plan. He can, just do the same thing over and over again, but it's just him just like instantly getting a gauge just due to his alignment, being like a 5 tech, something like that, hand in the dirt. And here I think he just gets more freedom. He feels more comfortable. You can see how he's like slow plays this. He's reading the hands, and once the LSU O-lineman shoots his hands, he sort of swipes down, hits that two-hand swipe, but like combines it with his hips. You see the lateral agility get to the outside. It just makes this guy whiff completely. So when he has that plan and is able to win with his technical skills, because I think he can be coached up and be better, I just feel like sometimes he doesn't have the best repertoire of moves. He can just do the same thing over and over again, like I was saying earlier, and it's just that thing where I think he was vastly misutilized. And he was a big-time playmaker at UCLA, and I think if he can get back to being more of a stand-up guy, he'll have a better chance of being impactful at the next level for the Miami Dolphins. We got Agude right here, hand in the dirt, pre-snap. He's got aligned pretty tight. I just don't think he's this type of player, and you can see he just goes straight in. But this actually does a pretty good job of showing off his skill set. Like, I don't think he has the best like play strength-wise of like moving people upper body strength, lower body strength, but I think he has really good core strength. Like, as you can see on this play, so he gets off the ball here, and he faces basically, end up 3 guys. He goes one-on-one with the tight end. Doesn't really rush with a plan here, but something that he could definitely needs to work on. And then the O-lineman tries to hit him in the low hip. A lot of guys who are, like, small on the, thinner side are going to get moved here pretty bad, but he has good core strength. So when he gets attacked on the side, he actually does a pretty good job of not getting moved. And then also gets chipped by the running back, but he sticks with it. So you can see that he has a very high motor, sees this quarterback start to break the pocket, and then chases after. And he also has, like, with his athleticism, he has good speed, and he has good length to, like, trip guys up. You can see, like, fully extended here, gets the length to end up, tripping this guy up and limit that game just due to the high motor length to make these type of plays. At least he has that, so when he doesn't win initially, he still has a chance to affect the play if the quarterback holds onto the ball too long. Hard to see up here, but he's the end guy of the line of scrimmage right here initially, and I think this is where he makes his biggest impact versus the run, is when he's left unblocked, and he either has to like chase through to the puller or meet the guy that's pulling across, and here he's got to meet the tight end at the point of attack here, who's like, running some split zone, working across the field, and when he's left unblocked, he plays like relentless. He just gets downhill and takes it on. He either chases through, or in this scenario, he just drops his shoulder into the tight end. He's got enough play strength to take on tight ends for sure, but like he just blows this play up, constricts the run lane, and then just the instant penetration absolutely ends this play, allows other people to get to work. He slows it all down. That whole play is just him taking on that tight end, blowing it up at the point of attack. Love the ferocity that he plays with. Another scenario where he is taking on a guy that's pulling towards him. He's much more comfortable in these areas, I think. Not just, meeting the guy right in front of him straight up at the point of attack. I don't think he feels as comfortable. It's something he's still working on versus running in, but the right guard pulls into him, drops the shoulder. We use that like the jackhammer technique. This is very good stuff. We'll watch from the other angle. And then the guy tries to get to the outside, but he has to contain here. Just good job staying square, running back. Like, he wins to the outside shoulder. He's in perfect positioning, and all he has to do is not allow this running back to get to the outside, and he has enough speed. Running back takes a really wide angle, and he doesn't even get, he doesn't gain any yards on the play. You can see the length, the range on him right there. So pretty good all-around play from a technical standpoint, a mental standpoint, athletic standpoint to finish this play. I feel like this is a pretty usual rep for Agude right here. Hand in the dirt, misutilized again. He just doesn't feel as comfortable here. You can tell him rushing, and a lot of times he just tries to get to that outside path here, and you can see that he ends up finishing the play just due to the high motor. He never gives up on the play, and he gets a lot of his sacks like that. At Miami, he got a lot of his sacks by just using that motor to finish these plays. It's 3rd and goal, and he just tries to slow play this win to the outside, attack the outside shoulder. Clearly not rushing with much of a plan here, and I think it's just that's due to a couple of things, not him always having a plan, but also him just not being comfortable in that situation, because you could see how he was aligned pre-snap, not in his, natural position. But then once the QB starts to break the pocket, he does a really good job, staying active, using his hands, working through the blocks, and then finishing for these sacks with, the high effort plays. Showing this play just to show how he was used, he's lined up as a 1 tech here. He does end up getting the sacks, nothing too crazy, but because the quarterback sort of, escapes into him. But it is nice to see him, he stays disciplined to his rush lane. He actually creates some push here versus this center, which is pretty good for a guy of his size, 6'4", like 245, like I was saying earlier. And he ends up, even getting chipped a little bit, but he just, uses his length to his advantage here to keep his chest clean and then create that separation for when this QB tries to escape into him, that he's allowed to come off this and help make that sack. And it also shows off a little bit of versatility that he can align in a lot of different spots. Won't be as impactful there. I just feel like he was using those spots too often. These are the types, like, he should be playing the spot, like, maybe once a game, but like this is something you'll see far too often, whether it was at Miami or UCLA, hand in the dirt, aligned too close, tight in technique. Definitely need to be more of a stand-up guy. Here's one of the examples where he gets to stand up and you sort of be like, one of the linebackers, but standing up near the line of scrimmage, as like a 3 tech, but standing up, and he's just basically spying the quarterback, which I actually don't mind this usage. I think he's a good enough athlete where he can be like a guy that spies for you. He also has that pass rush capability. As a pass cover guy, I haven't seen too much of him in coverage. I think he can drop to the flat and do maybe a little bit, but it's nothing where you're going to want to see him do that. But it's still nice, this is Drake May, who's a pretty, probably the 2nd best quarterback in college football. Decent athlete, and he makes a good play here, just spying on him, taking a good angle, filling this. Like, he sees this area open up over here, and he just drops off of it, just lines up, reads the quarterback the whole way, and, helps get the sack on this spy. So, just another area where he can be used. Really nice rep versus the run. He's almost head up there with the right tackle. He thinks he's going to, face him, but the right tackle, blocks down. He gets hands on him, sort of throws him out of the way, feels the pulling guard coming towards him. This is where he's at his best versus pulling a lineman. And he sort of dips that shoulder underneath so the guy doesn't get a clean shot. You can see the core strength to, sort of stay in a good spot here. He does a really good job staying disciplined, maintaining his gap here, fitting into the run, and then you're just getting around that lineman, helping make this tackle near the line of scrimmage. Pretty impressive rep. Mentally, he processed this pretty quickly just from how this showed up. He saw this guy not block him, so he knew the linemen were going to pull to his side, and he just dips underneath, reacts quickly, and makes a nice athletic play. Agude, he's actually standing up on this play pre-snap, which is nice. I just feel like he's so much more comfortable here. His burst off the line of scrimmage is so much faster, and once he sees this, this guy is not blocking him, so he initially just gets downhill. You can see how he makes this adjustment. His first step, it looks like he's going to try to shoot up field, this might be, a pass play. He's expecting it, but he initially makes that adjustment. He feels this guy pull to the side, and he wants to follow through. Once you see them pull, you want to follow through, so he reads this play very quickly. It makes that quick adjustment and then gets through, shows off that athleticism and the length to make this tackle in the backfield just so much more comfortable when he's able to stand up and play in his natural position. That's why I think he can translate better to the next level. If he can, that's why I think he went undrafted, just because he wasn't used where he was supposed to be used. And he has some impressive, there's some impressive analytics behind his play when he is, playing in his more natural position. And I think it's shown with how impressive he's been at the mini camps and things like that for the Miami Dolphins early on. Last play that I'm going to break down, we got Agude here, hand in the dirt, but he's more of a wide 9 here, which I think this is fine. Get him more in space, allow him to have a natural passage rep on 3rd and 15. This is something where you see he feels even more comfortable, even though he has his hand in the dirt. He just truly gets a 101 rush rep. He even tries to throw. He doesn't get the sack here, but he tries, he at least is showing something in the back. He's showing a fake spin move to the outside here. Makes this right tackle shoot his hands and then work back to the inside, which ends up getting him in this inside path here. He ends up winning the rep, but just doesn't finish. Kind of, the quarterback escapes out of the pocket. But just from the process of the play, showing off a pass rush move, fake spin to the outside to counter to the inside. It's something that's in his bag to at least win versus an O lineman at the college level. Interesting move for him to go for, but I think if he just develops more of his pass rush repertoire, is used more in his natural position, I think it's something that he can do at the next level. He has a very similar path as Jalen Phillips, actually, going from UCLA to Miami University to then the Miami Dolphins, where he's definitely been helping him out. I've heard Phillips talk about it. He's been on Agude for sure, so he's been making an impact. Hopefully he can keep it up. I think he has a nice skill set, high potential with his skill set of combination of traits, of how he fits as a 3-4 outside linebacker, the length that he possesses, the athleticism. Overall, he tested pretty well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get peace.